Hello everyone. My name Sushmita, MCOM Final, MPM Government First Grade College, Karkala. My presentation topic Interest Rate Futures. Meaning, future contracts are of fixed sizes and for given durations. They give their owners the right to earn interest at a given rate or the obligation to pay interest at a given rate. It means interest rate futures are a type of future contract that are based on a financial instrument which pay interest. It is a contract between buyer and a seller which agrees to buy and sell debt instrument at a future date when contract expire at price that is determined today. In simple words, interest rate future is an agreement to buy or sell debt instrument at a future date for a price fixed today. Selling a future create obligation to borrow money and obligation to pay interest. Buying a future create obligation to deposit money and right to receive interest. Interest rate future can be bought and sold on exchange such as Intercontinental Exchange Future Europe. The price of future contract depends on prevailing rate of interest and it is crucial to understand that interest rate rise market price of future contract falls. Think about that and it will make sense. Say that a particular future contract allow borrowers and lenders to pay or receive interest at 5%, which is the current market rate of interest available. Now imagine that the market rate of interest rises to 6%. The 5% future contract has become less attractive to buy because depositor can earn 6% at market rate but only 5% under the future contract. The price of future contract must fall. Similarly, borrowers will now have to pay 6%, but if they sell the future contract, they have to pay at only 5%. So, the market will have many sellers and this reduces selling price until buyer seller equilibrium price is reached. Rise in interest rate reduces future price, fall in interest rate increases future prices. Here we take interest rate and bond price. The interest rate and prices of bond have an inverse relationship. When interest rate rise, bond price fall. The opposite happen when interest rate fall. Investor is holding a long position in a bond, so he expect to sell at higher price. If interest rate rise, the value of the bond will fall. So rising interest rate are risk for the investor. Since bond are underlying asset in the contract, the bond price will fall. Such investor can sell these futures so that they can repurchase them at a lower rate to counter the loss in the value of bond is holding. Take an example. Assume that you have a home of loan of rupees 50 lakh and you expect that due to RBI policies the interest rate are going to go up in a certain period, say 6 months or 1 year. When interest rate go up, your EMI will also go up. To hedge the risk of rising EMI, when interest rate rise, you can sell an interest rate future contract. If interest rate go up, the price of this future contract will fall and you can repurchase them. The outgoing terms of EMI is offset to certain extent by the difference in price of futures. You are hedged against risk of rising interest rate. In practice, future price movement do not move perfectly with interest rate. So there are some imperfection in the mechanism. This is known as basis risk. The approach used with futures to hedge interest rate depends on two parallel transactions. Borrow or deposit at a market rate, buy and sell future in such a way that any gain, that profit or loss, future deal compensate for the loss or gain on interest payment. Borrowing or depositing can therefore be protected as follows. Depositing and earning interest. Depositor fear that interest rate will fall as this will reduce income. If interest rate fall, future price will rise. So buy future contract now and sell later. The gain on future can be used to offset the lower interest earned. Of course, if interest rate rise, deposit will earn more, but loss will be made on the future contract. As with FRS, the objective is not to produce the best possible outcome, but produce an outcome where interest earned plus profit or loss on future deal is stable. In simple words, depositing and earning interest mean buy future then sell. Borrowing and paying interest. Borrowers fear that interest rate will rise as this will increase expense. If interest rate rise, future price will fall. So sell futures contract now and buy later. The gain on future can be used to offset the lower interest earned. Students are often puzzled by how you can sell something before you have bought it. Simply remember that you don't have to deliver the contract when you sell it. It is a contract to fulfill in future. It can be complete buying in the future. Of course, if interest rate fall, loan will cost less, but loss will made on the future contract. Once again, the aim is stability of combined cash flows. It means sell future then buy. Thank you.